Hello everyone, welcome back to Maverick Mods. Currently talking to you standing on a concrete pad. In this video today, going to give you a little background, do a little talk, and kind of catch you up to date on the shop build. So grab your popcorn, let's get started. For any first-time viewers out there, my name is Mark. My goal is to build cars, keep the survivors on the road, make some nice hot rods, just kind of whatever strikes my fancy. As the returning viewers know, a few months ago, the Maverick family moved from South Carolina into our new digs here. A nice little 3-acre site. Got a nice house built in, well, the historians locally seem to think 1850s, 1860s, somewhere thereabouts. Been spending the last couple of months kind of bringing it back up to speed and doing a little work on the house. But the property did not come with the shop. And of course, I need a shop to work on the cars. So for the first time ever, I needed to actually commission a building. And this complete new process for me, never done it before. I've watched other people do it, just never did it, obviously did it myself. It's been, I don't want to call it a bumpy road, but it's been a road that's taken a little longer than I anticipated for various reasons. Everything from weather to permits to scheduling to, I mean, you name it. Long story short, we now have a concrete pad and I'm standing on it right now talking to you. That's obviously, there's no buildings surrounding me yet. That's the next part of the puzzle, which hopefully will be coming a lot sooner than what it took to get the concrete poured. So in today's video, let's just take a look at what it has taken for me, us, to get to this point. The spot that I'm standing on right now at one time was, I don't want to call it mature. It probably wasn't mature, but it was overgrown. Well, face it, it was forest. The property had been, the grounds of the property had been neglected for quite a few years. And where I'm standing, there probably was a, I don't know, it could have been a poplar tree, could have been a sycamore tree, could have been, who knows, any kind of tree, you know, probably somewhere around 6-inch diameter, somewhere around 40 feet tall. That's what was where I'm standing now. The only less than desirable feature of the property is that the house sits on basically the kind of the top of a hill, and from the house to the back of the property, I've got about a 50-foot elevation drop, and it starts pretty much right behind the house. And so we had to, first thing we had to do is find a suitable location for the shop. And then we had to, well, we're doing that in the middle of walking around essentially a forest trying to figure out, you know, where's the best spot. This pretty much turned out to be the best spot. So now we had to get to the point where we could even start really looking at what we had, and that meant clearing trees. So let's take a look at that. Dwayne, the dozer guy, just showed up, and we are clearing for the shop. So I'm going to stand out of his way. We're just going to watch him work for a while. What he's doing right now is he's taking out all the tree stumps, just clearing the path down. He's going to wind up kind of dumping all the debris down in the gully down there. Cool. And see, he can do in 3 minutes what it took me a week to do, and he can do a better job of it just because, well, it's the power of diesel fuel. That one was a little tough for him. With the trees cleared out, at that point we can kind of assess what we've got. We can start taking a look at, yeah, and frankly, the ground sloped a little bit more than even I was anticipating and my dozer guy was anticipating. But we got it to that point where we could really kind of start figuring out where the shop needed to be. So we located that. We started with the markers, kind of, playing around, moved it around as best we could, found the right spot for the concrete pad at the shop. And at that point, had to bring in a lot of fill dirt. And so let's take a look at the dirt coming in and the mound, I guess you could call it, being built up. With the rough site work done, now it's time to really start working on the final prep for the concrete pad itself. Different crew this time. These guys came in, and I mean, in a remarkable 4 guys in 2 days had this pad, this ready for concrete. We're standing on a pad that is about 90% prepped for concrete. So footers are dug, rebar down on the footers. They've got flashing on the sides there. The gravel has been laid and compacted. These are the pads for where the lift is going to go. So ask them to dig those deeper. Rather than do the entire slab thicker, my concrete guys say this is a good way to do it. Only thing they've got to do as far as the actual gravel and sand base is this area right here, which they filled that in purposely so that the concrete trucks can back in and fill the back corner first. So concrete trucks will come in, start back here, fill that corner from this direction, and they say when they get 2/3 of the way done, actually they're thinking 3 trucks, maybe 4, but at least 3. So when the second truck is done, after it leaves, they'll come back through, they'll dig this out again, put the flashing in, put the boards up, and the rest of the footer will be continuous. So here's where we're at. With the final prep work on the pad done, now it's time for concrete. Not so fast though, because it's got to be inspected before they can actually pour the concrete. Inspector has to come out and inspect the footings. Little snafu with the permit at this point, and we got that all sorted out. Inspector came out, stamp of approval on the pad. Time for concrete. So concrete was scheduled for Monday morning. That was great until Sunday night when it rained, and so no concrete on Monday. Had to give the pad a couple of days to dry out, rescheduling of the trucks, rescheduling of the crews, and now we've got concrete coming in. Concrete's poured, dried. Crew came in this morning to cut the expansion slots into the concrete pad. So this is where we're at. Where I'm at so far, I've got the concrete guys are going to come back in tomorrow, as a matter of fact, tomorrow morning, to take the forms off. And at that point, the pad's got a cure for, my building guys say it takes a week, and they can start putting in the anchors for the building. And it may probably going to take longer than that because everything seems to take a little bit longer. But hopefully within the next week, maybe 2 weeks, hopefully maybe before the end of the month, might actually see a building here. Process isn't over at that point, I know, because even after the building's up, it still has to have another inspection after the building goes up. Still got to put electric in, got to put some heat in, and then the building's ready. Of course, then all the equipment's got to come back in. The lift has to go up. All my tools have to come in. All my equipment, everything's, I've got to build out the shop again. So obviously nowhere close to completion. But I'm pretty jazzed about this because there were times when I thought, man, what is it even going to take to get to this point? Just shows the slabs as the forms are coming off. Pretty straightforward. Said that obviously the slab is not that deep. That's just the footer. But they'll just work their way around the sides. And it's going pretty quick. This should be done here very shortly. So there you have it, guys. That's what it takes to get a concrete pad poured. So that's going to do it for this week. I went by the building company today. They're actually welding the trusses together. Well, have been the last couple of days. So in theory, should have a structure going up pretty quickly. Fingers crossed on that. Certainly appreciate everybody tuning in every week. Thanks you guys for following along on all my various projects and adventures. Please like, share, subscribe, notify, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the drill. We'll see you next week. Everybody, have a great day.